give you a quick room tour. Staying at 207 once you walk in. This is what the room looks like. This is our closet space. This is the bathroom. We have toilet. We have some products. Shower. It's cute. And then you have this little station where you have coffee. The refrigerator is in here. It's empty. And that's me. You have a TV. And you have, the bed, which is a cute setup. And a little welcome thing here. This is not beans, coffee. Just have a little sweet something here. Thank you guys. I'm staying at the Radisson Blu. Look at this little cute decor. And I have a view of the Zambezi River. They said I have to keep the doors shut because monkeys could come in. And yeah, this is what we are working with. It's beautiful. I'm rushing. I need to just jump into the shower. I have the dinner booked. So yeah, that's it. I love it. I love my room. I love the hotel. The property is beautiful. I'll make a video of the property later because right now I need to get ready for my tour. No matter how tired I am when I travel, once I get to my destination, I'm ready to just hit the ground running. So I need to shower, get ready. They're picking me up in about an hour, so I just need to get ready. Bye. Hi, Tulani.
So Tulani is our host. He's gonna give us a few history of the rail line we're using tonight, and of course the train we're using. Okay. So quickly, just a few notes on the journey we've decided to embark on this afternoon. Okay, so from here, we'll be heading to the Victoria Falls Bridge. Okay. So, right on the bridge, we'll have time to disembark the train. Okay. On a lucky day, you take pictures of the sunset, but tonight doesn't look like a lucky day. Okay.
At least the rain
so
stopped.
Our train will park right on the no man's line, the place called no man's line, between Zambia and Zimbabwe. No need of passports. Free to move around. Okay. So still on the bridge, we're going to meet some local guys selling curios. Okay, small giraffes, elephants, copper bangles, bracelets. They're a bit persistent. They want you guys to buy from them. And I'm not saying they're bad guys, no, they're good guys. They're just trying to survive out of that. Okay. So if you have any of your kwacha, the local currency, the South African rand, the US dollar, the British pound, they accept. Okay? They accept. If you need any help, I'm very good in negotiating.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to help you. Also to learn. Okay. So after that, I'm going to invite you to a dining room, which is this way, where you're going to have your 5-course meal. Okay. 3 starters, a main course, and a dessert. Okay. So our first starter is a beetroot and hummus on it. In the second starter, we have onion soup, French onion soup. Then our third starter is a salmon gravlax. Okay, the salmon gravlax. Then for main course, we're doing a beef tenderloin with a shallot sauce. Okay, then for dessert, we're doing a berry cheesecake. Okay. Berry cheesecake for dessert. Then your tea and coffee. Okay, so included in your package, we have beer, wine, and soft drinks. Beer, wine, and soft drinks. But I've not limited you to that. I've got a full bar there, stocked with spirits, the gin, the whiskey, Amarula, but that's on account. Okay. You have to pay for that. If you're staying at the Royal Livingstone, you can sign your rooms for that. Okay? So for conveniences on board, where Tulani is standing, those 2 brown doors no smoking. If any smokers on board, where you got your drinks from, at the far end, open view area, that's our smoking area. Okay, so for dietaries, I've got a few with me. So when Tulani is done, I'm going to go through just to make sure the chef is aware of what you're having and what you're looking able to have. Okay, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Enjoy the trip.
Thank you. We are in for a trip.
The Royal Livingstone Express, okay? But ladies and gents, our idea is to take you way back into history, where we dine and wine. Way back into the early 1900s period of time. Back into the bygone era, okay? Why the early 1900s, okay? It's because, ladies and gents, that's the time when much of these instruments or wagons or carriages, okay, were actually used as new in the early 1900s, okay? Particularly this one that we are sitting in here, the carriage, this one here, is a 1935. It's a brand new carriage, okay? 1935, made of wood comprising of mahogany and Zambezi teak. Zambezi teak wood and mahogany used to build this. Okay, it's all a wooden carriage. Okay, the first one is a 1936. My best one is the next one there, which is the dining carriage we're going to dine from tonight. It's a Wembley carriage from 1929 in UK. 1929. Imagine that.
Wow.
And we are still having it here in Africa, in Zambia, and it's still comfortable. And it's still doing
You're
good.
so lucky.
Okay. 1929.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gents, you see where we're going, right?
Yes.
But of course, when they were used as new, they didn't have AC, of course. Aircon was not there, and of course, the new carpet was not there. But much more of the things, okay, like the wood, and most of the things are still in their original state. Okay, so ladies and gents, part of my chat with you is the line, the railway line we are running on. Now, this is the famous and historic Cape to Cairo railway line. Cape Town, if you keep on going into this direction where we're going now, that's Cape Town. If you keep on going into this direction, you end up in Egypt. So
Oh,
we are
wow.
somewhere on the center, somewhere on the central side of the Cape to Cairo railway line. Okay, remember the gentleman behind the idea, Sisu John Rhodes. Okay, he had a vision to link up Africa by rail. Okay, Cape Town in South Africa all the way to Egypt. That was his vision and motive and idea. Okay, he had the capital, he had the financial, he had the support, and he did that. Okay, but the line was manually built, and when they were just about to embark on the project, they realized that the project was way too massive for a few Englishmen that were there. Okay, so they realized that they had to actually engage the local people to build the line. So much of this railway line was built by the local people. But ladies and gents, for your own information, the local people that built the line did not volunteer. They did not bring their CVs and say, please hire me, I'm really interested and I'm qualified to work on the line. So most of them, of course, were pushed to work. Okay, it happened, and a lot of them died in their numbers while working on the railway line. Okay, at some point it was called the railway line of death because many people really perished. Most of them dying from the heat. You know how hot it is? Yeah. Yes. 44, 43, 44 degrees Celsius. If you are using Fahrenheit, 109, 110
Jesus
Fahrenheit,
Christ.
that's way too hot for working all day long on the line. Okay, many died from dehydration, many from hunger, many served unclean water
Can I
from
have
any
soft
untrusted
drink?
source. It's
Can I have-
working. Many from the tsetse flies.
Do you have
It gives
Sprite?
you sleeping sickness diseases. Many from, imagine if it rains for 4 days non-stop. where are you going to hike if you are taken thousands of kilometers away from home? No way. So many died of fever, but most of them died of the lions following them and consuming them as they went. Yeah, it's a true story. Yeah, and a movie was acted about this story called the Ghost in the Darkness movie. The Ghost in the Darkness, check it out. In 1995 it was of course introduced. Yeah, even online you can watch it and get it. The Ghost in the Darkness. So the lions took 10 by the day, 5 the other day. So it was so easy for them to actually follow them and catch them as they went. Imagine if they say it's 5 o'clock, guys. Okay, put the tools down. Tomorrow at 6 a.m. we get to work. All right. Where would you go and sleep? No way. So people slept on the side of the line or the railway line. Some that were a bit clever and able would climb the trees and sleep there. But what is a tree compared to the lions that were following them? You see, so these are some of the stories that happened and affected the locals that were building the railway line. Okay. So, but ladies and gents, these are a few negatives. Okay, we have a lot of positives that we have about the railway line. Okay, here we are in 2025 using the original railway line kept to Cairo for tourism purposes with you now. Okay, we also have these freight, these wagons filled up with coal and whatever they are carrying. They also use it running up and down. Okay. The line is also used by some local passenger trains going up and down, and also there is a train called the Rovos train running from Cape Town to Tanzania weekly, once in a month, and weekly South Africa to Victoria Falls going up and down. It's a luxurious train like Royal Express. Okay, so but ladies and gents, a very good example I want to give you for your understanding is a gentleman called David Livingstone. Okay, the poor man took about 7 months of walking from Cape Town to Victoria Falls.
Wow.
7 months. But look here, as soon as the railway line was introduced, the first train took only 3 weeks. The first train. So compare 3 weeks against 7 months of walking. So in his stories, he mentioned that he was attacked by lions, he got sick from fever, from malaria, he got this and that, many problems that he faced. But with the introduction of the railway line, life became easy. It became much more accessible within Africa. Before the railway line, there were no flights, there were no buses, there were no cars, there were no roads. The only way to actually come to Big Falls was to use the train. But David Livingstone in the 1850s, he had to walk. Okay, so that's why we're taking you back to the early 1900s, okay, where these were used as new under the Rhodesian government. Okay, this was built in Zimbabwe when it was called Southern Rhodesia. Okay, the other one was built from here in Zambia when it was Northern Rhodesia. Okay, and some of them were built in UK and brought here to use them. But while the English were fully much in charge here, they were also building some of them here. Okay, so these were used in the Rhodesian government. So if you look on some of the windows as you walk through the train, they are written a double R, which is Rhodesia Railways. Rhodesia Railways.
Oh, thank you.
Look at the name Rhodesia.
Thank you so much.
It's coming from the name himself, Rhodes. Okay, Rhodesia, Rhodes. So Rhodes was fully much in charge
Thank you.
much more of these areas in terms of business and so on. Okay, so ladies and gents, when the railway line arrived in Victoria Falls in 1904, that's when they realized that, oh, there's this big river, Zambezi. Apparently, this was the biggest river they had encountered. After all other small rivers, they were building smaller bridges and coming up. When they got here, the Zambezi River was way too massive. And they started thinking and planning on building the bridge, which is the same bridge we are going on to now. The Victoria Falls Bridge. Of course, named after Queen Victoria. Okay? So when they got here, they announced all over the world that they are looking for a company, a prominent one, to build the bridge. 5 companies threw their quotations on the table. And guess what? They chose the cheapest quotation from the Cleveland company at only £72,000. Well, the most expensive company was £550,000. The following one was £350,000, the other one £200,000, but they chose the cheapest one. From the Cleveland, it's only £72,000. They say, congratulations, you have won the contract, go ahead and build the bridge. But we need it to be built quickly. So it was all about time. So they had to do it in 1 year. In 1 year, you will see the bridge I'm talking about. Done in a year, from 1904 to 1905, 12 September, it was officially opened. When the bridge was introduced and opened, it was the highest bridge in the whole world upon its official opening, in the whole world. Yeah. And of course, linking up Zimbabwe and Zambia, which is southern and northern Rhodesia, and it was an all-steel infrastructure, okay, an English arc design, bolted on the solid rocks called basaltic rock. So it's going nowhere. The bridge is 120 years old now, this year. We're going to park our train on a 120 infrastructure. But don't worry, it's not going to fall, eh? Alright, it's not going to fall. So why was the company given pressure? Was because while they were building the railway line, the pressure was a mile per day, a mile per day, a mile per day. So imagine a mile. It's difficult to achieve a mile building the railway line. A mile is quite big. So where they arrive in areas that were smooth and level and sandy and without trees, they pushed for 3 miles per day. 3 miles per day with no smoke break at all. So it was really hard work. It was really hard work. So henceforth many people perishing during construction of the railway line. But upon the bridge construction, only two died, because there was a very big net underneath that if you slip and fall, the net will catch you and you'll climb back up. Okay, but ladies and gents, the same company that did this bridge here, the Cleveland company, also won a contract to do the Sydney Harbour. Anyone from Australia? The Sydney Harbour Bridge.
Oh, wow.
The same company. Okay, and also later on the old Wembley Stadium. Okay, yes. So that's the same team. Yeah, so that's what happened. So soon after the bridge was done, ladies and gents, the railway line proceeded up all the way towards the north, but failed to reach to Egypt. It never made it. It went as far as north as Tanzania in Dar es Salaam. That's how far north they went. Okay, so if you look at it now, let's say you're watching from the tablet and you zoom in the railway line system, you realize that the line is passing at every diamond mine, gold mine, coal mine, copper mine, linking up all these very important places all the way to the north. You see now, so it wasn't just for fun. There were many agendas to that. Okay, so why could not it reach Egypt? Would you want to know why? Okay, thank you. So far as we speak now, there is a very big country called Sudan in between. From Tanzania and Egypt, Sudan is still at no peace at all. Country in the whole world for producing copper. Then number 2 is this Zambia here for copper production and mining. Okay, so you see what I mean? So that's the original line, and now we are heading towards Cape Town. So who would want to go to Cape Town? Can we take you there?
Yes.
Oh, okay, more of Egypt. Right? Yeah. But we won't have one get there. We go to Tanzania. But for Cape Town in 2 weeks' time. Okay, you don't have to worry about a lot of alcohol, a lot of food, a lot of drinks, so it's good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you for listening, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Tulani.
Anyone with a question? Any questions? Any question? Anyone? You good? Question? Thank you. Question there. Early 1900s. So us arriving here on the
Look at the Victoria Falls.
bridge is really special.
It is
So with
massive.
your drinks,
Jeez, the power of the
give you
flow.
about 35 minutes. You can go down with your drinks, we all the bridge, even this side and that side.
Look at it.
There's no sunset. They appear later. Okay? Your kids are safe in here. Just your camera and the drinks here. Have fun. Put a few umbrellas there as well.
Let's go and have fun.
Let's go and have fun. Yeah, you can top up your.
Going down as a going down. Who do you get into? $10, yeah, $10.
Now we are back in this other car where it's a different car. This is where we sit for the dinner. And like they're just bringing stuff. This is like ice cream that you take off the white thingy and then you eat everything, the corn. He said beetroot, whatever. I don't know, I'm still to try. But thank God I don't have any allergies. So. The second starter is onion soup. It has an interesting taste. I think it just has to take some getting used to for me. It's so soothing. It's warm. It's hot. Let me say warm. This is the salmon gravlax. So this is the menu. This is everything we have to eat. It's a 5-course meal. So we're right here, 3rd course. And so much wine. I just read the menu and it said for the salmon, cured Atlantic salmon. When it's cured, it means it's raw, right? I don't think I'm eating this.
Yeah. But it looked like it was a pretty big city, really. It's the capital. And that was the size.
Last item of the day. Dessert. Mixed berry cheesecake. I cannot wait to dig it. It looks so yummy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet, guys. That was nice. That was good. Made it back to the hotel. That was such an amazing experience. Day 1 started off really good. Let's see what day 2 has to offer. Day 1 has set the standard like this. Very high. But yeah. Bye guys. Let me put this camera on charge. Good night from the continent, the motherland. Bye.